Hello, dear students. Greetings of the day. I, Muhammad Zishan, welcome you to the online classes of Blooming Birds Co-ed School. Dear students, today we are going to study civics and we will study about legislature, which is the first chapter of civics. Now, dear students, as its name is written, legislature, you must be wondering what is the meaning of legislature? What is the meaning of legislature? So, legislate means to make laws, to make rules and regulations, right? Now, you must be wondering okay, what this chapter is all about to make laws and rules and regulations. What is that? Okay. So, we are going to study basically the organs of the government. Organs of the government. Now, what is government? Government or Sarkar, what is that? Government is a body which govern a particular or which govern a company or an institution or a country. Anybody which govern an institution or an organization or a country, okay, is called government of that institution, government of that organization, and government of that country, you can say. Clear? Now we are talking in regards to India, entire country. So in India, we are having a body which is responsible for the governance of this country to make rules, regulations, and to execute those rules and regulations and to provide justice to the people, right? That or body is called government. So in India also we are having that government. Now basically when we talk about government in general terms, like our parents at home, they say कि बीजेपी ने गवर्नमेंट बना ली, राइट, और बीजेपी की सरकार बनी है, getting or not? So by that means they are talking about the executive portion, right? They are talking about uh, the organ of the government which is called executive, right? But government as a whole include all people of legislature, executive as well as judiciary. These all people, right? Judges of Supreme Court, High Court, and these cabinet, council of ministers, and plus the people those who are present in parliament, okay, in Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha, all members, they all together form government and they all are responsible for the smooth functioning governance of our country, smooth administration of our country. So, if any organization is there or any institution is there, for example, your school is there, okay. So, in order to run that, we need to make a proper mechanism, right? A body of people is there which govern that particular institution. So that is called actually the government of that institution. So if we learn this by taking example of our school, so in our school, advocate sir is there, okay, there is a board of directors, okay. That board of directors decides the rules and regulations, okay, like our director, advocate Fakhul Islam sir, right? Along with him, so many other directors are there. That complete board take decision, okay, regarding anything. They make laws, rules, and regulations, right? And then through principal and teachers, those rules and regulations are executed. So we come in executive also, okay. And the people those who are making laws, they are legislature. And when there is some dispute or some problem is there, then you people your problems are solved, okay, and justice is delivered to you. So that is also work of advocates and principal ma'am, right? So like this, these all works are carrying out. So in our country, we are having a very smooth, you can say, mechanism to govern our country, okay, and that is called the government. So government of India govern India by its three organs. The first organ is legislature. Second is executive, and third is judiciary. Now, the work of this organ, legislature, is to make laws. Legislate means to make laws, rules, and regulations, right? And executive means to execute. Execute means to run those laws, to bring those laws into functioning. Like you run a program, right? Likewise, to run those laws, to enforce those laws. Okay, that is the work of executive, to execute laws, or to enforce, you can say, right? To enforce or execute laws. Clear? And then after that, we are having judiciary. So its work is to deliver justice, right? It deliver justice. Now, when we talk about parliament, okay, when we talk about, you can say, MPs and MLAs in term, MPs, right, or MPs of Rajya Sabha member as well as Lok Sabha, both, right. And here, when we talk about cabinet or council of minister, cabinet or council of minister, and here when we talk about Supreme Court and High Court justice, so these things belongs to these organs, right. In legislature, what comes? In legislature comes two wings, okay, which is Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha, right? So this is the organ of Indian government which we are going to study about. Now, what we will study? We will study about legislature in particular. Okay, so legislature. Basically, there are two governments in our country. One government is union government, another is state government. Union government is government of India, government of India, which is responsible for the governance of entire country. State government is like UP government, CM Yogi Adityanath, Uttarakhand government, or Rajasthan government, Haryana government, Manohar Khattar, okay, or any government, okay, Madhya Pradesh government, CM Digvijay Singh. So these means we are having 28 states, okay, in 28 states, these are the these governments are called state governments, and we are having one government which is whose work is to govern entire country, that is called union government. Okay, so in this chapter we are not talking about state government, we are talking about union government, we are talking about the entire country. So here, when we say legislature, legislature means to make laws, okay, and how laws are made, okay, how this organ works, that we are going to study. So you must have heard a word parliament, a word parliament. Okay, parliament is responsible for making laws, right? Yes, parliament in Parliament of India is responsible for making laws. Okay, that is the legislature wing of our country. Okay, so what parliament is consist of? Parliament is consist of two houses, right? One house is lower house, lower house, okay, or which is also called people's house, people's house, or which is also called, which is the very famous term for this, Lok Sabha. Lok Sabha, lower house, people's house. Okay, and another house is there. That house is called upper house or council of states or Rajya Sabha. This is there. And the third is also there. Third is president, president of India, right? If a bill is there, the work of this legislature is to make laws, right? So if one law is supposed to be made on, suppose, on citizenship, okay, citizenship, okay, so if there is amendment in citizenship and one amendment is supposed to be done, so one, what will be there, one bill will be presented, okay, to Lok Sabha, right? Suppose that is citizenship amendment bill. If it is passed from here, then it will be passed from here also, citizenship amendment bill, and then after that it will be sent to president also. First it should be passed by by both the houses, okay, lower house is Lok Sabha, and then upper house Rajya Sabha, and then it will be sent to president, and president will give his accent to this bill. He will say, okay, make the law, right? Then this CAB, Citizenship Amendment Bill, right? This is called bill, right? Until now, CAB, right? Once approval is done by president, now it will become act. Okay, it will become act. CAA, Citizenship Amendment Act. Okay, so bill has become act. Bill is proposal and act is actually a rule. So this is how the laws are made in our parliament. So we will study about both the houses, the lower house and the upper house of our uh, parliament. I have told you the three parts of our parliament, right? So this is called lower house. Lower house. This is called Lok Sabha. In this, a candidate is elected, and he is called MP, Member of Parliament or Member of Lok Sabha, right? Now, what is the strength of this Lok Sabha? The strength is 552, right? Maximum strength can be 552, right? How 552? The 530 members should be elected from states. 20 members should be elected from union territories like Delhi, like Pondicherry, okay, or other union territories, and plus two members, maximum two members can be nominated from Anglo-Indian community. Anglo-Indian community, right? 530 from states, 20 from union territories, and 2 from Anglo-Indian community. Now recently, okay, the last year, this one, this provision has been deleted, okay. We are not having Anglo-Indians in adequate amount in India, so adequate number, so we not need to have their representation. So one act was passed, or it was decided that, okay, these two seats will be, means now the Anglo-Indians will not be nominated, okay, will not be uh, nominated, right? So now it has been deleted, but still the maximum strength of Lok Sabha may be 552. It may be the maximum strength, but the actual strength of Lok Sabha right now is 543 and plus 2, 545. Okay, so that was about the strength of Lok Sabha. These two members were nominated from Anglo-Indian community. Now they will not be nominated. Okay. Then another is, this is Rajya Sabha. The strength of Rajya Sabha means how many members can be elected to Rajya Sabha. 250 members. Okay, maybe in Rajya Sabha maximum. How 250? 238 members will be elected one. Will be elected one plus 12 will be nominated one. These 12 members will be nominated from four fields, from science, literature, arts, and social science. Social work, you can say social work or social science, right? If a person is from these four fields, if one person is a scientist, or one person is a poet, okay, one person is an actor, right, or one person is a social worker, right, so that person can be nominated by president as a member to Rajya Sabha. Okay, these 12 members will be nominated by president. Okay, and these members should belongs to these fields. These fields: science, literature, art, social science, right? And rest 238 members will be elected by indirect elections. Okay, to elect them, the member of legislative assemblies MLA, they vote. That we will study later on. MP of Sambal, Dr. Shafiqur Rahman Bag Sahab. MLA of Sambal, Iqbal Mahmood Sahab. Now, here we have studied these things. This may be the 530 members will be elected from states, from UP, from Uttarakhand. Okay, from all these states collectively, the total strength will be 530, and 20 members will be from elected from union territories. Okay, and two were nominated by president from Anglo-Indian community. Now it has been deleted. Okay, so it was there. Now we will study what are the qualifications to get elected to the Lok Sabha, right? So first qualification, a person should be Indian, right? If you are Indian, then you can become member of Lok Sabha. That means you can contest selection of Lok Sabha, right? And then second, he should be 25 years old or above. 25 years old or above. And third, in your book it is written, you should be a registered voter. Okay, so now what is happening here means कि we are having our country India, right? This India, entire country India, this country is getting divided into some parts. Okay, means maximum there will be 552 parts, right? But right now, on how many seats elections are conducted? On 543 right now. Okay, but the maximum strength can be 552, right? So if we are taking this into consideration, then what we will do, we will divide this entire India into, first of all, it is already divided into so many states. This is UP, right? This is Kashmir. Okay, this is Punjab, this is Himachal, this is Punjab. Okay, like this. So this is Rajasthan, this is Gujarat. Okay, so like this in states. Then if we divide this into small parts in constituencies, suppose we are dividing like this. Sorry, this is not the method of dividing. Okay, suppose we are just making like this. we are making around 552 parts, okay, and from each part, suppose this is Sambhal, right? From Sambhal, one candidate will be elected to Lok Sabha, right? In this, so many contestants will participate, okay. In among that contestant, Dr. Shafiqur Rahman Baksh Sahab was also there, and people, a lot of maximum number of voters voted for Dr. Shafiqur Rahman Baksh Sahab, so he became he became the member of Lok Sabha from Sambhal constituency. These are called constituency, Nirvachan Kshetra. Okay, constituencies. These all are constituencies. So we have divided entire India into 552 constituencies, and out of those 552 constituencies, from one constituency, Dr. Shafiqur Rahman Baksh Sahab has been elected as what? As member of Lok Sabha. Okay, so likewise, other members will also be elected. Okay, one from Rampur will be elected, Azam Khan. Okay, one from Bijnor, one from Moradabad, one from another places. Okay, like this, they will be elected. Now, they will be they will become the member of Lok Sabha, and in Lok Sabha, right? If a bill is passed, of if bill is supposed to be passed, then they will vote in support of that bill or against the bill. Okay, so these people will prepare laws, okay, make laws, and to any proposal or any bill, if majority says yes, then that bill will become a law, and if majority reject that bill, then that will not become a law. Okay, like suppose citizenship amendment bill was there and it was accepted by most of the parliamentarians. Okay, the majority of parliament accepted that, so it was passed from Lok Sabha, and then it was passed from Rajya Sabha, and then it got assent of president and it became the law. So this is the work of parliament. Okay, parliament is making laws this way. Okay, so I have taught you about legislature or Lok Sabha, about composition I have told you, and about qualification of Lok Sabha I have told you. So it is written, at present the strength of the Lok Sabha is 545, means 545 seats elections are conducted, but sometime on lesser seats also it may be conducted. Okay, 543, I think last year in 2019 on 543 seats on seats election was conducted on 543 seats. Okay, but the maximum strength will be this much. Okay, you have to remember this, 552. Clear? Then composition of Rajya Sabha I have told you. Now in composition of Rajya Sabha, 238 members are elected. How? Indirectly. Okay, how indirectly? Like suppose this is our state UP. Okay, this is UP, right? So we have one state government, okay, and the CM, chief minister of our UP is Yogi Adityanath. Okay, so that government we are talking about. Okay, we have talked about Shafiqur Rahman Sahab Bark here. Now I am telling you about the state government. Okay, in order to explain this, okay, how the Rajya Sabha members are elected. Okay, so here what is there here, the is this entire UP will be divided into other types of constituencies. I have talked about the Lok Sabha constituencies. Okay, similarly in that fashion, okay, this will be divided into uh, Vidhan Sabha, or you can say legislative assembly constituencies. Okay, so suppose if this entire UP is getting divided into 403 parts. Okay, 403 parts. So the each part is called constituency, Nirvachan Kshetra. Okay, and that constituency is for legislative assembly, Vidhan Sabha. Okay, not Lok Sabha. We are talking. This is about entire country, union government. Okay, this is about entire state, only state. Okay, right. So here, suppose if again Sambhal is there, right? Huh? And from Sambhal, so many contestants were contesting election, like Zia ur Rahman, okay, like uh, Nawab Iqbal Mahmood Sahab, okay, or some other people were also Mushir Ahmad, Chaudhry Mushir Ahmad, right? Chaudhry Mushir, okay, Nawab Iqbal and Zia ur Rahman. These three people were contesting election, okay, and most of the votes were secured by Nawab Iqbal. So he was declared the winner, okay, and he became what? He became now MLA. What? MLA, which is Member of Legislative Assembly. Okay, this is Legislative Assembly, and Legislative Assembly is for state. This is UP, right? And he became an MLA of UP from which constituency? From Sambhal, right? So similarly, along with him, so many members. Okay, some from Rampur. Okay, from Swar. Okay, like the son of Azam Khan, Abdullah Azam. Okay, and from Rampur Street, Azam Khan's wife Tazeen Fatma, okay, and from other constituencies also, so many people got elected, okay, and those people are called member of legislative assembly, right? Vidhayak, right? Vidhayak, how Vidhayak? Because they are the member of Vidhan Sabha, okay, Vidhan Sabha, clear? In Hindi we call Vidhan Sabha, in English we call Legislative Assembly. So they have become MLA. So like this, if 403 MLAs were elected, right? Now these 403 MLAs, okay, we this much we have talked about state. This is okay. Now these members, these 403 members, okay, okay, now leave it. Now we are coming to union government, okay, towards central government. In central government, we were having parliament, lower house and upper house, right? Rajya Sabha. Rajya Sabha, 238 members were supposed to be elected, okay, and 12 were supposed to be nominated, right? Now, you will ask, sir, like they were having their constituencies, Lok Sabha was having their constituencies, entire Sambal, okay, including villages, okay, around all around. They voted for Dr. Shivakar member and made him Sansad, okay, or Lok Sabha member. And likewise, only Sambal city people voted for Nawab Iqbal Mahmood Saab and made him what? MLA, member of Legislative Assembly, which was of state but not of entire country. Okay, so it was having small this constituency. Likewise, we were having another constituency. So how the division of seats takes place? How the constituencies are made for this? Okay, so for this also, suppose this is India, right? Suppose so this entire India will be divided into 238 parts. Okay, 238 parts. Now, in this, in our country, we know okay, there are 28 states. Okay, 28 states are there. So each state will be given these seats. Okay, total 238 seats are there, and 28 states are there. So every state, according to their population, they will get number of seats, some number of seats. Right? More the population will be there, more number of seats they will get. Okay, like suppose in UP, in UP we are having very high population, okay, and UP is very big state. So UP will get around 80 seats out of this 238. UP will get around 80 seats. This is UP, okay. So it means okay, 80 members will be elected from UP itself, and other states are small. Like suppose here Assam is there. Assam is also a small state. So from Assam only one seat will be there in Assam. Okay, one member to Rajya Sabha will be elected from Assam. Okay, so on the basis of the population of the states, the allocation of seat will take place. Okay, So likewise, the entire India will be divided into 238 parts, right? And every state will get some share of seats, these 238. So out of 238, 80 seats were secured by UP. Okay, so suppose this is UP, right? This is UP, clear? And UP, right? So this UP will be divided into how many seats? Into 80 seats, 80 parts. Okay, so these will be called the constituencies for Rajya Sabha, you can say. Okay, now we will not divide it. Why? Because we will not vote in this, in these two elections, here and here. We people, common people, were giving votes. Okay, were giving votes. But here in this election, upper house election, okay, we common people will not give votes. Okay, so although from UP will be divided into 80 parts, 80 seats will be there. Okay, so without conducting the direct election, 80 members will be elected from UP. Right? 80 members will be elected from UP without conducting direct election. How? In UP, we elected 403 MLAs. Okay, these 403 MLAs of UP, okay, these 403 MLAs of UP, they will cast their vote. Okay, and they will elect 80 members. Okay, these 403 members will elect how many members? 80 members. They will choose 80 members and send to Rajya Sabha. Okay, election will take place in UP, and in that 80 members will be elected by MLAs. Okay, these MLA of UP will cast their vote for them. Okay, and then these will be sent to Rajya Sabha. So like this, Rajya Sabha election takes place, right? And that election is called indirect election. Indirect election, right? And this is proportional representation. Single transferable vote by means of proportional representation by means of single transferable vote. That is takes place. What is that thing? I will tell you in next video. So this is how the members to upper house are elected. Now we will study how